How do I prevent coconut milk from separating in Thai curry? It seems like every single attempt I've made at making a Thai-style coconut curry ends up with the sauce mixture separating. Although it usually still tastes good, the coconut ends up looking like it has curdled. My question is, what could I be doing wrong? I've mainly been following the recipe on the side of the curry paste I have, Thai Kitchen's brand, IIRC. Stir some of the paste with a can of coconut milk, I've been using Chao Koh, until that boils. Add some fish sauce and chicken broth along with the meat and vegetables, simmer until cooked. My suspicion is I may be using too much chicken stock. I usually use about 1 to 2 cups. The vegetables I add, typically bell peppers and onions, will also contribute additional liquid to the curry. My family and I love this dish, but I would really like to perfect its preparation. What steps can I take to prevent the coconut milk from separating from the curry?
Even though it isn't really milk in the dairy sense, coconut milk still naturally separates into a thick cream and thinner liquid like regular milk. As such, when working with coconut milk, you should still follow the same procedures you would to make a milk-based cream sauce. The number one rule when making any creamy sauce is, don't let it boil. Boiling will guarantee that your creamy sauce, including sauces made with coconut milk, will break in some form or fashion. At most, you should cook these at a bare simmer. Other than that, there are some techniques you can use to keep your curry smooth. You could use an emulsifier like honey, common in vinaigrettes, where it is used to make sure the oil and vinegar don't separate, added toward the end of cooking. You could also use a thickening agent, like a cornstarch slurry or a quick roux. Curry paste is also a thickening agent. As a general rule of thumb, when making Thai-style curry, I usually cook my vegetables in a little more oil than I think they need, then add the curry paste and sauté that until it has absorbed the oil, along with any dry spices. It will act as a roux for the coconut milk and make sure there are no lumps in the final curry. Lastly, cooking the curry uncovered at a simmer, stirring occasionally, will thicken it up nicely and help all the ingredients stay together. The separation you are getting is caused by inadequate mixing of coconut solids and curry paste. This will happen if you add coconut cream at the wrong time or the wrong way and you then cook it incorrectly. David Thompson, see link 1, is a world-renowned chef and an expert on Thai cuisine. Here's my adaptation of Thompson's technique. Place 5 or so tablespoons of coconut cream into your pan and fry it until the clear oil separates from the solids. This happens when the most of the water has boiled out of it. If you don't shake the coconut milk before you open it, then the cream will be at the top and it will save you time. Once coconut cream has separated, stir in the curry paste and fry that until the oil starts to separate again. Add the remainder of the coconut milk, stir to combine, then season with fish sauce and palm sugar for saltiness and sweetness respectively. Simmer until you are almost at the desired thickness. Steam or fry any vegetables you want in the curry during this time. How you cook them will depend on the texture you want. Vegetables, such as broccoli, can impart a bad taste to a curry if they are added raw. When the curry is near to the desired thickness, add any meat. The timing depends on the size of the meat and whether it has bones. When meat is cooked through, add the vegetables to reheat them. Enjoy. David Thompson also mentioned the following rules of thumb: green curries are on the sweet side of salt-sweet balance and red curries are on the salty side. Use sweet vegetables in a salty curry and non-sweet, usually bitter, vegetables in a sweet curry. This is so you don't lose the curry's basic flavor profile in the taste of the other ingredients. I live in Thailand and, unfortunately, most restaurants here don't even make their green curries sweet. The green curry pastes available at markets here are so salty and can't be counteracted by palm sugar. It's probably for preservation since the pastes are not in cans or packets. Some people do argue that green curries shouldn't be sweet. Those in the know point towards the Thai name for a green curry, Kang Kaif Wan, Goang Ki Yao Wan. Directly translated, curry green sweet.